Alright guys, so now we're going to build the production profile. So we are still on the timeline, so it's only about having binary state U, meaning 0 or 1, and we want to know when we start to produce. So we're going to build a new category, so I'm going to put some X on the column A, so that like that when I go up and down I have some limitation and I can navigate easily. So I'm going to prepare for the OPEX. OPEX will come back later, because OPEX is a bit after, it's once we have production and the CAPEX finish. And now we're going to focus on the production. So I'm going to do the oil well in this video, and then we're going to quickly wrap it with a gas well. So for this, we're going to make label. So we're going to make a dynamic label so that I don't have to write every time oil well number. And we are going to use a formula with the commercial end. So like that, I can just scroll down and automatically having, so Control C, Alt ESV, so that I can pass the value. And now we're going to tackle that. So for this, we have to make a combination of the oil EPF readiness and the well being drilled, because if the well being drilled, there is no facility, we cannot produce. But if there is an oil facility ready, but there is no well drilled, we cannot produce neither. So we're going to make a combination of both, and we're going to use multiplication to put, instead of if, that's equal to an AND gate, if you are doing some electricity. So for that, we're going to count when there is no more spending. We assume that if there is no more spending, meaning that the number of 1 on the spending line equals 0, meaning that the well is ready. So here we can start, and we can see that at the end of the well being drilled, there is a true, meaning that it's now ready and we can produce. But we have to combine this with the oil EPF readiness. So we're going to do the same formula for the oil EPF, meaning that when it will be no more spending on the well number 1 and no more spending on the oil EPF, then we can actually produce. So we're going to do that. And here you can see that now, despite the oil well being drilled, the startup production starts only when the oil EPF is finished. So now we can expand this up to the end here. So it means that the well is being ready until the end of the life. It doesn't mean that we're going to produce until the end of the life. We're going to add several layers later. And now that we have a proper working formula, we're going to apply to the other well. So for this, we need to keep the same line for the oil EPF, because the oil EPF is valid for the fourth well, for the fourth well, but we're going to change only the reference line for the drilling well number 2, 3, and 4. So for this, we're going to change the line 27 to 31. Here we are. And because I didn't anchor the line number 31, I can just drag down, Control D, and then Control R, and here we are. Now we have a proper schedule in which, despite the well being drilled and ready, they start producing only when both the oil well is drilled and the oil EPF is ready. So we're going to just make some nice formatting, and here we are. I see you guys on the next video.